Welcome, everyone. It's good to have you with us. I'm Jane McCarthy.
And I'm Mark Hanrahan. The snow is starting to fall across the region again tonight. Coeur d'Alene set a new February snowfall record. You've already seen more than 35 inches of snow this month, and more is falling tonight.
Tom Sherry in the Weather Center now tracking the latest storm warnings and advisories too. Tom?
Yeah, we have a winter weather advisory in the Spokane and surrounding areas. I don't think we'll see as much snow as we previously thought, but still in the Spokane area, I'm thinking 1 to 3 inches of snow. Now, everywhere you see shaded in yellow, that's the winter weather advisory, including Spokane. Some of these areas could see anywhere between 2 and 5 inches of snow through 4 a.m. tomorrow. Now, look at the areas shaded in pink, and that includes all of Kootenai County, meaning Coeur d'Alene and Post Falls, and then over towards the Silver Valley and Shoshone, and then down into Whitman County, Pullman and Colfax and Moscow, Idaho. That is a winter storm warning in effect through tomorrow afternoon. Some parts of those areas could see 6 to 10 inches of snow. So here's what I'm forecasting for certain communities around the region. It will not be a big, or at least right now, it doesn't look to be a big snow event on the east slopes of the Cascade. They were hammered in the previous snowstorms, in places like Chelan and Wenatchee and the Yakima area. You can see now we're forecasting less than an inch of snow there. 1 to 3 inches in Spokane and Deer Park, 1 to 2 up around Colville, 1 to 3 in Sandpoint. Heaviest snow will be I-90 south. We'll start looking for 3 to 4 inches of snow down around Tico. Could see 4 to 8 inches of snow fall in the Pullman, Moscow, and Coleman area, Colfax area, and 2 to 4 inches of snow over towards Wallace. And you see the heaviest snow is the brightest white. That is really right along the Oregon and the Washington border. So Walla Walla also is going to receive quite a bit of snow, as will the lower Columbia Basin. The radar, close view here in Spokane, shows that light gray indicates just light snowfall. As you get up towards Mount Spokane, you see that brighter white. Well, the mountains will always intensify the amount of snow that is falling. Still going to be cold tonight, but not single-digit cold. We'll look for an overnight low of 19 degrees. Should get up to freezing tomorrow with lingering snow showers. I'll have the rest of your 10-day forecast and a look at the future tracker. Show you where the snow is going to fall, where it won't, and when it will stop. Coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. Thank you. The snow is starting to come down south of Spokane.
KREM 2 meteorologist Thomas Patrick is out in the mobile storm tracker with a look at conditions tonight. Thomas?
Yeah, Mark and Jane, we headed south of Spokane, the area that's supposed to be getting hit the hardest, as you just heard from Tom a moment ago. And the snow has been falling for the past several hours, slow but steady enough that it is starting to coat the roads. The entire shoulder definitely has some accumulation onto it, though the traffic that has been on 195 as we head north towards Spokane, enough to clear away that powdery snow as you see there. But the left lane has more snow on it than the right lane, which is the one that we're in. So a good indication that there's been more cars driving in the right lane as opposed to the left. So at this pace, that snow is still going to accumulate quite a bit, and perhaps over time, if we start getting 2, 3, 4 inches of snow on the ground, that left lane may start to become unusable, at least at a point. So while it's just getting started at the moment, we know things are going to get a whole lot worse through tonight, and it's not just the side roads that already have that packed down ice from the last couple weeks, but now the major roads starting to see a new fresh coat of snow on the roads for this evening. So drive carefully as we are doing this evening. Reporting live from the mobile storm tracker, I'm meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Back to you.
Well, body cameras capture some of the most intense moments of policing. From the most high-profile cases to everyday traffic stops, the cameras are rolling. And all that footage is stored, for the very least, for a year.
So where is that video stored, and how much does it cost to store it all? As I recently found out, it certainly isn't cheap.
A lot of DUI driving, failing to yield right now.
What starts as a traffic stop for a driver suspected of DUI quickly changes. The driver, later identified as 37-year-old Aaron Ammott, gets out of his car and he charges the officers. One officer fires their taser, but it doesn't stop Ammott, and the struggle goes to the ground, with Ammott police say trying to grab one of their guns. After the violent confrontation, officers were eventually able to arrest the suspect. 2 years earlier, Officer Tim Schwering's body camera was rolling.
We got you!
When he used his baton to break out the window of a burning car.
Come on.
and pull the woman trapped inside to safety. The video went viral.
So this is our body camera dock / computer room.
Officer Ryan Snyder has coordinated Spokane PD's body camera program since 2014.
We record at 720p.
He says the department now has 234 cameras.
They activate the camera like that.
At the end of their shift, each officer puts their camera on one of these docks.
When they're on the dock, they're going to upload the video to evidence.com into our account.
Hands out to your side, do it now!
And all that video quickly adds up. Officer Snyder says each day, 40 patrol officers are each uploading up to 5 gigabytes of video at the end of their shift. That's 200 gigs of video each day. Multiply that by 30, and that means every month SPD is storing roughly 6,000 gigs of footage. For some perspective, this iPhone has 64 gigs of storage, so each month SPD is uploading more than 90 iPhones worth of video.
Now we have 381,328 videos being stored in evidence.com right now.
With that much footage, gigabytes quickly turn into terabytes.
We're at 137 terabytes.
And storing all that data costs money, a lot of money. SPD is under a 5-year contract with Axon, which stores, manages, and allows them to access the body camera footage. That 5-year contract is for roughly $1.5 million, or about $300,000 a year.
And the reason why we have gone that route is because it's evidence.com, and it's the cloud storage that Axon provides. So what's nice about it is not only does it store it, it categorizes it for us. It sets a retention schedule for us for the state of Washington, so we know how long to keep certain cases.
Simply put, Snyder says it's much more efficient than building the infrastructure to store and access the video in-house.
How long have you been studying body cameras for police?
A little over a decade. Here's all the things that happened that led up to this.
David Macon is an assistant professor of criminal justice at Washington State University. He travels the country presenting to law enforcement agencies about body cameras.
Storage is something that is ever present on the mind of organizations.
We asked him about SPD's current contract with Axon to get his take on costs.
Is that pretty common for police agencies?
It is. I mean, you look at like the Norfolk, Virginia. So the Norfolk Police Department, based on my last conversation, they were about $300,000 a year.
Macon believes it is money well spent if police agencies use the video for more than just evidence in cases. And it's part of the research he's conducting now. A value that goes beyond simply recording and storing the video.
Agencies are really thinking forward, how do we use this for risk management? How do we use this for training? And I think that says a lot, because that means that they're not just thinking about this as it's about accountability. It's about, this is a tool for us, and we're going to use that tool in a way that improves our organization.
And Officer Snyder says SPD does use their video for training as well as internal affairs issues and complaints from the public.
Another thing that was interesting that we were talking about is the fact that you mentioned that officers at first were a bit reluctant to wear the cameras, but now that's changed.
Yeah, when they first rolled out several years ago, Officer Snyder said several officers were reluctant to wear one during their shift. But now he says many of those same officers are reluctant to leave the station without their body camera because that camera serves as their proof of what happened if a complaint is leveled against an officer in the field.
So perhaps cutting down on false claims in the long run.
In the long run could save money, right?
Good story, Mark.
Interesting topic.
Thank you.